All right, everybody, Scott Pierce here at Listings to Leads. Welcome to the call. We are going to be covering a couple of topics today that are pretty key. One is how to market your 100-point home marketing plan from listings to leads so that we want to get that in front of more homeowners in our area so they can see it. Because when our clients present this in a listing presentation, they pretty much win everything. Between the presentation that is created that allows you just to walk through it, it beautifully presents their property. And so the more people we can get that in front of, the more listings we're going to get. We're also going to be talking a little bit about new construction and how to market new construction to get both listings and buyers into your sphere. So with that, I am at listingstoleads.com. If you're not a client, go ahead and sign up for a free trial. Everything we're going to talk about today can be done during your free trial. If you are a client, go ahead and log in. If you're watching the recording, maybe watch the recording on one screen and then log in on another if that's possible, or even while you are live with me. And of course, ask questions in the mastermind group with support while we are on the call together. And if you scroll down on your dashboard in Listings to Leads, you're going to see the listing presentation over here on the right-hand side. And if I just click Marketing Tools, that's going to take me to the section right here in Listings to Leads. And it's going to take me to the Facebook and Instagram ad because this is all the marketing tools from here on down. But before we get there, let's do this. Let's click one tab above where it says Property Marketing Plan. And so this is a general version for your account. So you can click Download, and there's a PDF version here. There's also a flip book version. So you can see here, 26 pages. So this is a general one for your account. So this is something that you can just share with anybody off the cuff. You've got also, though, the capability or the ability to create that exact same thing, but for specific listing in your area. All right. So if you got a listing presentation coming up, you can add that property to your account and create this version. So there's two versions. One is the general one that we'll look at here in a second, but there's also this version here that you can create for specific listings. And there's, just like the general one, there's a PDF version that you're looking at here, right? Where just something you can share. But there's also a flip book version like this one. I tell our clients when they present this, you can, for the PDF, that one is a great one if you want to print it and bind it and have something physical to leave with the homeowner. This is a great one, the flip book, to present. So if you got a tablet or a laptop, our clients love this because when they're in a listing presentation, every image in here is of the homeowner's home. So as the homeowner's looking at your property marketing plan, part of the presentation, you're going to just knock them out of the park. So you can see here, we're going to talk to them about, in fact, let's go back up here a little bit. So you can see the cover. It has a homeowner's name and address. That is their home. So right off the bat, we are just hitting on all cylinders. They absolutely love it. We got the introduction. So you can put your introduction right there. And then we talk about how we create a marketing plan, marketing platform around their home, driving literally thousands and tens of thousands of interested buyers. So when you use the tools for that listing, over the course of the listing, you're going to tens of thousands, depending on what you're doing, 20, 30, 40, or more people, thousands of people seeing your listing. So here we got images of the ads. And again, that's their property. So when they look at this when you're presenting, this is their home. So we talk about YouTube marketing, right? We got YouTube videos that are created automatically for your property. We got print marketing materials. All right. We got invites for the neighbors. We got email marketing. All right. Sphere of influence, videos, short form videos, beautiful, gorgeous single property websites and virtual tours, listing flyers, right? Text IVR, mobile marketing. And the beautiful thing is right here, this is where you have the homeowner scan that QR code and their home comes up on their phone, that is exactly when you're going to start winning those listing presentations. And the cool thing is this literally takes about 2 minutes of you just adding the property address, number of bedrooms. You don't have to. If you want to, you can add a property description if you want to do that or not, but it will create all of this for you with the click of a button. Again, right there, they can scan the QR codes. And then here, this is so beautiful because from here, if you know when they're looking to sell, you can start filling in your calendar. Whether you do coming soon or not, doesn't matter. You can just let them know if you do that or not in your MLS. But if, for example, you know, they want to be moved out by July 18th or August 1st, whatever, you just start backing up the calendar. So you might say, hey, if you want to be out by August 1st, we need to be in contract by July 1st, which means with the average day on market of 44 days or whatever it is in your area, all right, that would put us into mid-May. And we're going to need a couple of weeks to get ready for the property to start showing, right? And you can literally fill in the calendar. And as you're doing that, when the clients I've talked to that use that strategy, the homeowner just starts nodding their head like, yeah, that's right. Okay, everything looks good. And by the time you get done here, they are ready to sign your listing agreement. So this is the goal, right? We want to get this in front of as many homeowners in our area as possible. So back in listings to leads here, this is the one for your account. So it's the same idea. So there's the PDF version, listing presentation flipbook right here. So even if you don't have a listing in your account to do this with, you've got this version here as well. So you can see I can look at it in the account, but I can also click view right there. And this will open up. And it's the same thing as the one that is specifically for a property, except this one is the general one. So this is just ready for you to use off the cuff if you don't have the other one available. And again, just showing off how, it's all branded to you, of course. So just like the other one there. All right, so let's start talking about getting this in front of people. Let's see here. One more thing here on the property marketing plan. You saw the introduction. That's right here. So you'll see under the tab property marketing plan, there's a tab on the right-hand side or a link, introduction. If you click that, you can add your introduction right here. You'll be able to see what that will look like. Looks beautiful. And you can include it or not. So if you don't have anything there, then that will not be included. We've also got a home selling process outline. This is really great to include. So if you're going to print this up, this is a great another piece to add to it. Completely editable. All to your colors, branded to you. Here's another fabulous piece. And then again, here we got this PDF, how to prepare your home for sale. So again, if you're going to, this is great for if you're going to print up the PDF version of this, I think about adding that PDF because it's just another great thing to leave with the homeowner. How we're going to market your property, how to make sure your property is ready for sale. What is the process for the entire plan for getting your home sold? So between your introduction, the property marketing plan, the home selling process outline, and then how to prepare your home for sale, you will probably never lose another listing presentation again. So now let's get this out in front of people. We can use social media. So we're going to talk about, we got options for ads, post, short form videos. You can obviously do Instagram Reels, stories, TikTok videos with the script. We got an e-flyer, an email to send out to your database. We got a database call script to call through some of your seller leads. And I highly recommend, this is something that you're going to want to do every month. So every 30 days or so, I would go through this, change it up a little bit so that you're giving a little bit of a different message. Not so much that people are going to remember what you said 30 days ago, or even that you're not going to be able to obviously call every single lead in your database, but you should start calling with the script. In fact, you can call a few leads every single day with the database call script that we'll go through. So let's start with Facebook and Instagram ads right here. You're going to see this is the ad, the way it's set up by default. This is meant to be run to a custom audience. So you are going to see here, it's defaulting to video views. Enter your custom audience. Now, if you don't have one, I'll show you how to do it. But let's just say here, I've got a couple of audiences, and it's defaulting to a daily budget of $1. I can change that to whatever I want. Start and end date. So it's going to run for a month by default, but I can, of course, change that as well. So all of this is completely editable, including the text. So I can click in here, change all of that if I want. But if everything is good to go, I can click Create Ad. Now, there's a couple of other things. There's a couple of other ways to use this. Let me come back up here, and that will. Now, this is one of the cool things. A lot of people don't even realize that you can use videos in your ads. So if you ever wanted to do an ad with a video, especially with seller leads, new construction would be good. In fact, we'll talk about that as well. But regardless, let's see here. All right, that'll submit that to Facebook for review. Then we've got Google ads. So if you're into doing Google, this is a great one. All you got to do is type in the location. You can see the link right here. That's the link that's going to go to. That right there, they can download your 100-point home marketing plan. This is going to be a daily budget of $20. Start and end date for 1 week. Click Create Ad, and that'll send that off to Google. The Google ads are so easy. Now, the only thing about Google is it is expensive. So, I don't like people breaking their budget on Google. So I would lean into some of the other marketing first. But if you are into doing Google, check this out because this can be really good. And I love your feedback on that. I always like hearing from people that are doing the Google ads. Next up is social media post. And again, this is something I would try to make sure I do this every month. When you come in here, all of the text here on the right-hand side is completely editable. I can change the image. So if I want to go to Canva, I can take the images, go to Canva, edit them, or create my own custom image, bring it over here and use it. You got your headline, your description. You can change the image right here, and then make sure you got all your social media accounts connected. So your Facebook pages, Instagram, LinkedIn, Google, X, all right? Get all that up there and click either post now or schedule. Let's take a look at one of my previous ones. So you can see here, here's my post. Clicks to the landing page. All right, they can view, and the lead form here is customizable. And they can download again. That presentation that we were just looking at is downloaded right from there. And the cool thing is it's all automated. So there's nothing you need to do as far as connecting it or doing it. As long as you, in the profile, you select your brand colors, you got your logo, everything is going to be done automatically for you. Next up is the short form video script. And this is something you really want to make sure that you are doing. Again, every single month I would redo this because no one is going to remember what you did 30 days ago. And this is really great video content. You'll see here on the right-hand side, here's the script. Are you considering selling your Folsom area home in this changing market, but afraid you won't get top dollar? If so, DM or comment below to get our 100-point home marketing plan. And you can see I'm reading over here on the right-hand side. So DM or comment below to get our 100-point home marketing plan and see how we can get your home sold for top dollar and as fast and stress-free as possible. Learn how we'll get your home in front of and shown to more buyers and get it sold so that you can move on with your life. And then here we go. We'll ensure your property is exposed to a wider audience of potential buyers across all platforms, sold quickly at a premium price, and handled with minimum stress, allowing you to move forward smoothly. Just DM or comment below or text me and give your phone number. And there we go. Phenomenal video. got to make sure get that on Instagram, get that on Facebook. I would upload it to YouTube. When you upload it to YouTube as a vertical video, it will automatically add it to your shorts. And you can easily, even if you don't do a lot on YouTube, you could easily get 50, 200, 500, you could get 1,000 views on YouTube. And it really just depends on what you've been doing on the platform. Instagram, maybe you're better on Instagram than YouTube, or you're better on Facebook, or you're better on TikTok. But I would record the video and then upload it to every one of those platforms. And in fact, I'll show you my Instagram a little bit later, because I've actually used this on Instagram. In fact, let me see. Give me a second here. Let me look on my other monitor. I should have brought that up earlier. Let me see here. I'm going to see if I can go to my Instagram real quick, and I'll bring up the story. Oh, that's funny. I'm sorry about that. I was looking at someone's post, and pending sold. Yeah, that's a good one. All right. So check this out right here. So on Instagram, yeah, right there. All right, there you go. All right. In fact, I'm going to drop this link in for you. So here's an Instagram story for a just sold home in Folsom I did. And notice, get our 100-point home marketing plan, or it says our 100-point home marketing plan wins again. Thinking about selling your home and want to download Secrets of Selling Your Home Fast Guide. So here, the idea of being able to use, whether it's a pending or sold listing, or using the image on Instagram, or doing a video right here, get the 100-point home marketing plan now. So you can do, when you do Instagram stories, you can add links and link to your 100-point home marketing plan. So this is, I'm using the agent website that's got my 100-point home marketing plan right there. All right, the first thing that comes up right there, download our 100-point home marketing plan. So you can leverage that. So think of different ways to promote. So when you, for example, you have a just sold listing or a pending listing, those would be great times to use this. You can do multiple stories. All right, you can do multiple reels with that pending or sold listing. And one of them, promote the fact that your 100-point home marketing plan helped to get that property sold, because that's going to make people go, wow, a 100-point home marketing plan. When you use the listing so leads marketing checklist, it's actually over 100 different things over the course of that listing. So very powerful, very dramatic, right? Very dramatic 100-point home marketing plan, and the ability to use that link on, in this case, I got an Instagram story promoting the fact that I just got another home sold in Folsom, or in this case, in Granite Bay. So just some really clever, unique ways of promoting that story. And when I say story, the story of the fact that I've got this 100-point home marketing plan. So between the short form video right here, so we got the short form video script, but then also take the URL for your agent website, and I'll show you that here in a little bit later, and use that on your Instagram stories. I've actually got a video on our YouTube channel. If you do not know how to add links to both Instagram stories, but also how to do a poll on TikTok, very powerful, very easy thing to do. Get that done. Next up is your database. We want to make sure that we let our database know, especially even I think our buyer leads. If you think about, a lot of your buyer leads have a home to sell. You may not know that, but they may. When I look at some of the buyer leads we help our clients generate easily, sometimes depending on the ad type, between 30 and 40% of the leads own a home. Now, we don't always know if they need to sell that home, but the fact that 30 to 40% own a home, probably, if you think 30 to 40% at least are going to be selling a home before they buy a new one. So we want to make sure that we let our database know. And I would, normally you think I wouldn't send this to my buyer leads, but again, because you don't know, and enough of them probably have a home to sell, I would send this every month to all of my leads. So this is custom. So you can change the banner in the top. You'll see here, edit email. I can change the image. So there's up there, you might have a professional or personal banner that you want to add up there, or use a different image of a different property. Could be an image of your area you put at the top. And we're going to send this out via Follow-Up Boss, but you can use any CRM that you're using. All right, a beautiful email. It's got your listings to lead signature right here. In fact, I just saw yesterday a client mention that they got a listing from the signature when somebody clicked down here where it says get your free home value estimate now, and the listings to lead signature, and the home value came through. They followed up, got the listing. So very cool. So when people click the e-flyer, again, they're going to go to the landing page. At the landing page, they can download the 100-point home marketing plan. So you can either send it through listings to leads. You can see here, I can send it, select a list. So I can say, send this to all. Click send. So everyone in my account will now get that email. But I can also click copy code. So right there, copy code. And then just go to whatever CRM that you use. So here we got Follow-Up Boss. And you just navigate to where you're going to go set up your email. So in this case, this is what it looks like in Follow-Up Boss. You just paste in, and there you go. It literally takes about 5 seconds. You got your email. If your CRM, if you need help with if your CRM, every CRM should have this. Now, I have actually, I have seen where some clients, let me go back here, is they'll just copy and paste the whole thing. So if the code doesn't work, try just copy and paste just like this and drop it into your CRM. But either way, get that to your leads. In fact, one other thing that you could do is, because you got the landing page, but under more tools, you have your agent website right here. And if you click view, this is what we were looking at a little bit earlier when I was showing you off of Instagram, sell your home with a 100-point home marketing plan. So this right here will rotate between the 100-point home marketing plan, a buy message, and then what is your home worth? So if you want to use this URL, which is a great URL to use, you could even do a text-only email. So for example, I can come over here. Again, just because we want to give people different looks. So for example, instead of sending the hi HTML email, I could put another home just sold in Folsom at, and let me hit this, at 110% of the Zillow Zestimate and 34 days with our 100 plus point home. Yeesh. Download. Right. And you could just either highlight the text, put the link. All right. And so it's nice to have different looks, right? So you got a version that is a little bit prettier, looks nice, makes your marketing look good. All the colors are to your colors and your brand and your logos and everything. And then the next time you send it out, you can do a more of a really pared down version like this, where we're just highlighting a benefit of what we got done. Or even if you didn't sell the home, right, you could still talk about the fact that homes are selling and that you got a 100-point home marketing plan. However you get this out to your database, get that link to your database. We want to make sure, because we don't want them ever thinking about going to somebody else because somebody else maybe they think can get their home sold better. Once they see and they get that 100-point home marketing plan in front of them, you're going to be the obvious choice. And when you're presenting and you're using it, you're going to get that listing from every agent I've talked to. I have not talked to any agent yet that's told me that they presented this and lost. I think one of the reasons why presenting this and helps you win is it really helps you keep on track as you're going through it with the way all that marketing is laid out. And so it just shows the homeowner that, you're obviously going to be able to get that property sold because you got the social media, you got the database, you got the print marketing, you got all these great tools. Yeah, you are not going to have an issue. Next up is your database. We want to make sure that we're calling through a database. And this is something, whether I sit down, I try to knock it out maybe one day a month, or I just call through my database every single day. And this is one of the messages that I'm using. All right. All of you have, hopefully, if you're using listings to leads, you should be able to get, hundreds of leads a month easily. All right. Hundreds of leads a month. And as you're generating leads, and again, even if you're buyer leads, so when you generate buyer leads, on the lead detail page in listings to leads or whatever CRM you're using, again, look up, does that person own a home? You can use in listings to leads, we got a tool. There's a button called more, and I can search their email on Google. I can search their phone on Google. And when I do that, I find that 30 to 40% of buyer leads own a home. And so make sure you mark that they own a home. Right. And I would actually put that address in there. You can look them up in another program like Batch Leads or My Plus Leads or RedX, maybe to confirm if they actually own the home. And if they do, I would make sure that I call them with this script as well. Sometimes we treat buyer leads as only buyer leads, and we really miss an opportunity to touch base with them about the fact that, hey, listen, if you're going to need to sell a property before you buy a new one, I've got a solution for you. And so that's where, again, don't just give your buyer leads buyer messaging. Put in sometimes this kind of messaging, and you'll get a lot more listings, and because that way they're going to feel more comfortable buying with you because you understand, hey, we own a home. We may need to sell the home before we buy, and we may need to coordinate the buy and the sell and all of that. And so by letting them know, even your buyer leads, that you've got a 100% home marketing plan, it'll help create more conversations for you. All right. Next up, we got the print flyers. So the print flyers, these are awesome. In particular, if you're going to do an open house, you could door knock with these. But check this out. If you've got an open house, get a hold of a couple of these. I don't know if your office has a few, or you buy on Amazon, you can get 3 of them for $11. And at your open house, put that print flyer in the plexiglass flyer box. And that way, when somebody is a homeowner and they come through, you can just invite them to go ahead and scan the QR code to download your 100% home marketing plan. Can you imagine? And that's why I love open houses. And especially when you invite the neighbors using that nearby homeowner letter, you're going to get more neighbors into your open house. Now think about it's almost like a live funnel, right? We're using different types of things here, but the funnel is we have an open house. All right. And the open house is going to allow us to physically be with potential buyers and sellers. Okay. So if we got the open house and the open house is that, now we got to get people to the open house. And so that's where the open house marketing will come into play with listings to leads. But in particular, that nearby homeowner letter, whether you door knock or mail it, I think I would door knock with it for an open house because I want to be able to personally invite these neighbors. So if you got the time, if you got a couple of hours, you're not doing anything, get out there with that nearby homeowner letter for your open house. And then when they get to your open house, obviously with the open house mastery training that we do, you'll learn how to engage and convert buyers and sellers to your open house. But having this, and this is one of the things I talk about, have a few of these print flyers for a seller guide, a buyer guide, and then maybe this one right here, so that as buyers and sellers come through your open house, you've got more content, more ways to engage them. That makes sense for everybody? You can just print that up, you slide it into the holder, and that just looks so awesome at your open house. A couple of different versions. And then lastly, if you got a geo farm, the postcards and door hangers are awesome. So for the print flyer, that is something I would use at an open house, right? I would use it. Could be a door knocking tool, but then the postcard and door hanger. So if you got a geo farm and you're doing postcards or you do door hangers, I would use this as well. And for example, with My Plus Leads, Mailbox Power, Thanks IO, you can use a dynamic QR code. And so that way, everyone that scans that QR code on the postcard, you'll know exactly who it was. All right. If you're using Wise Agent, there's Vistaprint, Pelican, Prospect Plus, right? There's a lot of postcard companies. I think you can download, yes, as JPEG or PDF. So for example, I believe Mailbox Power uses JPEG. Others use PDF. You got the front. And we got the EDDM, we got Jumbo. All right, there's the front. And let's download the Jumbo back. A little bit bigger. And there's the back. So let them know that nearby home sales affect their home value. Got the domain. Got the text, which is awesome. So postcard, door hanger, print flyer. Again, when you have an open house, use the print flyer for sure at the open house, and then you use the postcard and door hanger, all right, for geofarm and circle prospecting. Either way. All right, any questions on the 100-point home marketing plan? All right, we want to make sure we get this on social media, whether we do a paid ad or not. Now, again, in the paid ad, let me show you one more. So for the Facebook and Instagram ad, you could also do a Facebook lead ad and just type in location, right? Lifetime budget of $50. And again, if I still want to use a custom audience, I can, or I can just market it to my location, completely customize again, everything in here, change the image, change the video. For some of you, I would love to see some of you actually use that short form video script, and you can actually change that image out with a video. And then when you do video views, man, I'm telling you, you would get so many great views. Right, again, here, video views. So take our script and swap this video out, click change video, and you can upload the video that you record and imagine you literally being able to talk to potentially thousands of people. All right, when you spend $50 on an ad, that's probably going to be seen by 3,000 to 5,000 people. Seeing you, all right, and the people that are more interested and more thinking about selling their home, they're going to be able to see that you got that 100-point home marketing plan. So powerful. So check that out, play with it, get into the mastermind group, ask questions about it. We'll help you out, make sure that you get that out there. Because again, the more homeowners in your area that just see your marketing in general. In fact, I was talking to a client the other day, and she said she's been trying to get a hold of this homeowner for over a year. And the homeowner finally just saw one of her ads. It had already been in the database. Probably had already responded to her previous ad, but just saw another ad recently, clicked the ad, they engaged. It was finally time, right? It was one of those leads that are just hanging around forever. After a year or so, they finally connected, and she listed the house, and she was laughing. She was just like, I've been trying to get a hold of her for a year. She had her in her system. She would call her, she would email her, nothing. Finally saw the ad, clicked it, and got the listing. So even those old leads, sometimes they'll come in and you'll think, oh, I got a new lead. And oh no, it's the same person from a year and a half ago who's already been a lead 3 times, but now they're ready to transact. So any questions on this before we move on? Let's see here. Is this something we should add? Yeah, I believe The agent website. Yeah, I would take the agent website, embed code, copy code. And, I wonder, give me a second here. Let me check on something on that. This would be just like a little test and then we'll get on to new construction. But if I go, now you don't need to do this, but we're just testing this out here. So if I go to one of my listings, because you can add sections to your listing. And by that, what I mean is if I click here, if I go to edit and sections, let's say I've got a client review video, or I've got a second drone video, or I got a video of me talking about how I sell homes. I can add them either at the profile level or at the listing level. And so here, and you don't need to memorize how to do this because our support can help you. So I'm just going to call it video tab just as a demo. But what I'm emulating here is you adding this to your website. And so I'm just showing you what it might look like. So here's now my single property website. I got my video, my property video, property description, 3D tour. And so this is what I mean, right? I got a community video. There's a lot you can do here. I've already got that. So this is already in your every single property website. But if I scroll down, I have print flyers, client reviews, all my listings, client review video, and yeah. And if I increase my height value, then that will show full. But yeah, you could totally do that. So let me just check this real quickly here. So if I go edit, and what I mean by the height value is, height right there. So if I did like 800, you can see, there we go. Now it shows beautifully. So yeah, definitely put that in your website. And that's a cool thing. There's a lot of great use cases for embed code from listings to leads at your website. You could add the new construction landing page. In fact, on that note, let's go do that. So let's go to landing pages. Now for our full new construction training, go to listingstoleads.com/new construction. We got it's awesome. So when you get to your landing pages, you're going to see a landing page called new construction. Now you can create custom landing pages. You can create landing pages for different new construction developments, for specific new construction properties. A lot of people, if they're going to market a new construction property, they'll actually just add it to their Listings to Leads account as a listing. So you can just add listing, add it as a new construction property, and you can market it just as if it was a regular listing. Now with new construction, let me just click on view first. So you can see here, this is an example of what my page looks like. I'm going to come back into edit. I'm going to click on edit over here. And when I come to the editor, I'm going to click on lead form text. And so here with new construction, always find out the incentives. So what we're doing with new construction is a couple of things. Some people just like new construction, right? They don't want to live in a home that maybe has been around for 20 or 30 years that may have deferred maintenance. Maybe it's somebody downsizing, and so they want to be in an area that doesn't have where they need to work on the yard every single day of the week, right? So they just want something easy. It could be a family with young kids that is a move-up buyer, and they're looking for new construction so they can spend more time with the kids, not working on the home. So whatever it is, but try to combine the fact that there are incentives, which I think on 90% of new construction, there are incentives. So always be finding the incentives, price reductions, interest rate buy downs, right? Whatever those incentives are for the new construction area, and you lead with that. So here, for example, I'm marketing a specific new construction development in El Dorado, And I'm promoting the fact that they have 3.99% financing until February 28th. Now, obviously, February 28th was in the past. So I'm going to come in here and just change that. And you'll see here under custom page content, I'm going to say until June 27th. And here I'll just say June. And later again, you can always ask support for help with this. Get into the mastermind group. We got training on our YouTube channel and in the accounts. And there we go. Beautiful. And now back here, when I click on marketing tools, you'll say I can do Facebook and Instagram ads, Google ads. I got a social media post, a short form video script, got an e-flyer from a database. And so now here, it's going to be a Facebook lead ad. I'm just going to type in the area like always. And then here for this text, I'm going to change it. And actually, this text right here, man, this averages between around $5 a lead. And it can range anywhere from like $2 to $10. It's pretty wide spread, but $5 averages. But here you can also go, and this is again, get our list of new, or get our, I'm going to say get our updated list of new construction home incentives now. All right, whatever your text is going to be there. But again, always promote, try to promote, even if you got a couple of specific incentives that you can mention, and then let them know that there are more available, because we always want to, people, again, they want to get a deal. You might want to even include, for example, you could do single, if you're targeting downsizing, or if you're targeting families, you could do 1 acre lots. Get specific with your audience. I got a lifetime budget of 35. That's always just the minimum. I'm going to up that to 50. Change the template, change the image. Again, that could be a video. That could be a video of you talking about the new construction homes in your area. Again, that would be fabulous. All right. And then just hit create ad. And we got Google ads, social media post. Again, the short form video script. All right, the e-flyer for your database. When they click on the e-flyer, they'll go right to your new construction landing page. QR code and embed code. So again, we're talking about the embed code. Adding a new construction landing page to your website, I think would be phenomenal. All right, the problem with so many websites is that there's really, you got your IDX, but a lot of people, they're already on Zillow. So, getting people to your idea is good, but also offering a lot of other value opportunities like this. So new construction, your 100-point home marketing plan, there's a lot of great stuff that you can offer people at your website using the tools in listings to leads. Now, the other thing I was mentioning is marketing specific new construction units. So for example, if you don't have a deal of the week, maybe this week you don't have a new listing, you can't find somebody else's listing to borrow, you're not doing an open house. So use that new construction listing as your deal of the week or your listing of the week that you're going to market to your audience. Come in here and go add listing manual. Now, if the new construction is on the MLS or Zillow, Trulia, it's on the website, you can grab it with the zip code and MLS ID number. But if you need to add it manually, you can do that super quick as well, either way. But I would go to, in fact, here's what I would do. I would go to if you got a new construction in your area, we can meet with the owner, the manager, and just ask them, can I market your development or can I market one of your units to my audience? And I think they're going to say yes. All right. As long as your MLS, as long as your broker is good with that. And I've never heard of any that aren't. I would add it to my listings to leads account and I would market that as my deal of the week. And I would combine, hey, this is the deal of the week. Here are some available incentives, not only for this property, but there are other new construction available as well. Let me know and just as you're advertising it, it'll work just like a regular listing. And so here, as you can see, right, whether The new construction you mark it as just listed or active. When I click market listing, you would market it just like a regular listing. So we'd be doing our Facebook and Instagram ads. Oh yeah, and notice right here, deal of the week. For example, I could say new construction in Folsom. I'm going to say buy down your rates and get my full list of oh my gosh. So deal of the week. And again, that deal of the week is my new construction this time. Then we got the social media posts. So we got all the same tools. For a lot of new construction, probably the two things you're not going to be using are the nearby homeowner letter, because a lot of times new construction is in an area where there's really not a lot of homeowners. But between the Facebook and Instagram, between the Facebook ads, the social media posts, you've got the e-flyer for your database, which I would, again, completely use. Get that e-flyer to your database. Because again, it's new construction. It's your deal of the week. However it is that you're marketing that, when you don't have a listing, taking new construction and leveraging that into your audience, both via your database and social media, is what you want to be doing. You really don't want to go a week without running an ad. All right. You really want to make sure. The biggest issue that most people have with Facebook ads. In fact, let's go to the mastermind group real quick. And I want to, oh, actually, no, I can do it in your account. So in listings to leads, click success stories, because a client just sent this the other day. No. The problem is, for most people, is that it's not that you're not generating good leads or bad leads, you're just not generating enough leads. And so here, and this is very typical, all right? He only just listed an open house, all right? And I spent $2,000, all right? $2,000 over 2.5 months. That's not a lot, all right? That's like $800 a month, so about $200 a week. Already closed $18,000, all right? And another $27,000 in the short-term pipeline. You're going to get bad leads. You're going to get good leads. That's just how it is. When you're running Facebook ads, when you don't do enough of them, Facebook will never really find your audience for you, right? It's really hard for Facebook when you're spending a couple of dollars here and there on Facebook for them to really hone in your audience. So you want to make sure that you're staying consistent with it and try and at least spend in the beginning $100 a week on Facebook ads. When you think about in the old days when you had to do a newspaper and you had to go get a newspaper ad and put your listing in there, and all you got was 3 or 4 lines of black and white text, right? And how much did that cost back then? Spending $100 on a Facebook ad, I've got clients that are spending $200, $300 a listing, all right? And they do multiple listings a week. So for most people, they get caught up because they'll generate a couple of leads, and one of them will have a bad phone number. Again, always in the leads tab, when you click on the lead detail page, in the upper right-hand corner, there's a button called More. And under there, search email, search phone number, leverage those, because a lot of times you're going to find a good phone number. Again, you'll find, if it's a buyer lead, you might find an address where they live, and then you can see if they own it or not. As you're looking up the leads, again, it's just a numbers game. So keep running the ads. You will get the listings, you'll get the buyers. And then here, I love this one, because I always love the open house. The open house leverages all of these tools in one beautiful package. So if you're looking to really grow your business, if you're stuck on, I don't have enough listings, I don't have enough buyers, use our open house training, all right? listingstoleads.com/open house, because it will help you get buyers and sellers fast. That is the one thing I would say, because even right here, Corey, 13 listings just from the nearby homeowner letter. We talked about the nearby homeowner letter for the open house and inviting the neighbors to that open house. And that's one of the best things that you can do, like you saw with Sean above, with Corey here, leveraging that letter, using the ads, like what we saw with Craig. You're going to get more listings, more buyers. All right, everybody, listen, I am good to go. Any other questions? So for more on new construction, go to listingsalades.com/new construction. If you want more on the 100 Home Marketing Plan, get into the mastermind group or get with support if we can be of any help. And let me know any questions here before I run or before I let you go. Are we good? Cheryl, you good? Hugo, everybody else? Roger. Roger, how you doing? I think we're good. All right, everybody. All right. Thanks for joining us. And again, if you have anything, get into the mastermind group, get with our support team. We'll talk to you soon.